Ah, bollocks.
Okay guys, welcome to another video. As you can see from the title, this is a very short kind of recording from Comic-Con in Glasgow. Now I was there with my daughter on Saturday. Now I'm not a fan of Comic-Con. My daughter loves it. Yeah, I mean she dressed up as one of the characters out of Suicide Squad. So I thought I'd take her along anyway, but yeah, following my visit on Saturday, I've got to say I like Comic-Con even less, to the point that I won't be going back. It didn't start off too well. We got there, I think it opened at 9 o'clock to people who'd bought tickets. Now we didn't realise it was on until I think it was Friday actually, so we didn't actually have tickets, but looking at the website it did say that there was a limited number available at the door. So we went along. It opened at 9 for the general public with tickets, then it opened at 11 o'clock for those buying tickets at the door. So we got along there for just after 11 o'clock, and we had to stand for half an hour to get into the place, which, you know, was bad enough. I thought, well, okay, fair enough, you know, you've got to queue. So we eventually got in after half an hour, and didn't realise that we were then joining an even bigger queue, and the queue went on and on and on and on. I mean, it literally felt like you were being herded like cattle, only probably not as well. Now we got inside about 12 o'clock to join the queue, you know, inside at 12, and it was after 1:30 by the time we got in, so all in we had to queue for 2 hours to get into the place. Now I know that's not the organisers' fault, you know, they don't know how many people are going to turn up, but the annoying thing was, I mean, there must have been, I don't know, there must have easily been 600-700 people waiting to get in to pay cash, buy a ticket, and there were 2 people taking money, 2 people were serving. So it didn't start off too great. I mean, the guy in front of me, he was telling me his car was in for, he was parking his car and he had to be back at 3:30 to collect his car, and by the time he got in he literally had 2 hours and then he was going home. So anyway, it didn't start off too great. Now you can probably see here, it was absolutely chock-a-block. It was just chock-a-block with people. I mean, the video itself's crap. What it won't do, it won't make you want to go to Comic-Con. It may make you to not want to go. It was just absolutely heaving, you know. So that was that. I'm just a moany old shite today, but you know, I want to get it out here. We got 2 hot dogs, £5.50 each, and that was for a basic hot dog, no sauce, nothing, basic hot dog. Sat down, mine was absolutely stone cold. Now I don't mind food being cool, this wasn't cool, this was stone cold. And the girl that was serving couldn't have ignored me any more than she'd actually tried. So so there was that. Now the thing that gets me with Comic-Con, it was £15 per person. Now under 10s get in for free. So I told a wee porky and said that my daughter was under 10 years old. I mean, she's not, she's going to be 13, but she's quite small for her age. So it was £15 for me to get in. Now the thing that pisses me off, and probably a lot of other people, is you're paying that money to get into a hall and all you can do is buy stuff. It's like getting charged to go into a shopping centre. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, no, you know what, I tell a lie. The only thing that you could actually get for free was they had some wrestling going on. They had a sort of small wrestling ring, some wrestlers, but it was tiny, there was hardly any seats. So that was the only thing you could actually do. Everything else, you were just wandering around stalls, much of it overpriced, as it seems to be the way with these shows. So you're basically paying £15 for the privilege of getting in to buy stuff, which, you know, so if I hadn't told us like porky and I paid, that would be 30 quid for us to get in, just so we can then look at stuff to buy. So you can probably tell where this video was going. I wasn't overly happy you know, the price to get in, the fact, when what they should have been doing at that point, the fact that people had lost 2 hours before they even got through, they should have reduced the prices, they should have made it a tenner, something like that, but they didn't. They were wanting full price for people to get in, even though they'd lost 2 hours through no fault of their own at all. But aye, the place was just absolutely mobbed, which that's not criticism, that's just me, you know, that's my personal take on it. It was way too busy, you know, you really couldn't get near to anything at all. But then the second part of my moan comes down to my personal thoughts on cosplay. I don't really get it. I mean, there's all these people, and I'm talking not just kids, I mean my daughter, she was dressed up as, I don't even know what her name is, I can't remember, the character with blonde hair that's in the Suicide Squad, she was dressed up as her. But there's all these grown men, grown adults walking about dressed as Doctor Who, you know, Star Wars characters and all that, and I really don't get it. Now, I know people, I mean, I don't have a problem with people, you know, taking part in these things, because at the end of the day, it's their hobby, it's their thing. People probably think it's abnormal for a grown man, a man almost 50 years old playing video games, and that they would be absolutely right with that. You know, we're all entitled to our own hobbies, but if I learned anything from being there on Saturday, it's I never ever want to set foot in a Comic-Con ever again. Now, I've watched videos on YouTube of, is it the San Diego Comic-Con? That is the big one. Now, I kind of get that, because you've got famous people from like The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, you've got real big double A-lister, you know, stars, Hollywood stars. In Scotland, who did we have? We had Sylvester McCoy, who was probably one of the worst Doctor Who's ever. He was in it for a very short space of time, about 20 years ago. So he was probably the big name. The only one person that I recognised and I thought, alright, okay, I get it, was is it Chris Barry out of Red Dwarf. Never seen Red Dwarf at all, I've never watched it, but I know he's very popular, so he was probably the big name. The other people, there was a blonde woman who had no idea who she was. There was a guy who apparently played the part of a ghost in the Harry Potter films, and there was a few YouTubers who I didn't recognise. I think there was one, is it Tomska, I think it is. I've heard the name, I mean apparently he's very successful, I think he's got something like 4 million subscribers, but you know, and to be fair to him, he was getting pictures, I saw him and he was getting pictures taken. The thing with all these celebrities is they charge £15 for a photo. Now I understand that's their living, that's how they make their money now, you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, they are the product. So, you know, you wouldn't expect to go into a shop and steal something, get it for nothing. So, you know, I can understand them charging something, but I don't know, I came away thinking everybody was looking to try and extract as much money as possible from people. Now there's tons of people there with kids and trying to say, I mean my daughter was one, I mean she saw this dog thing which she wanted, and I'd said to her, like, you can get £20, and it was £35 for this thing, and I would absolutely not have said it was worth any more than probably a tenner. And I reluctantly agreed to buy it because, you know, she's like, well, I'm only here every once a year, Dad, which I totally understand. So I did buy it, but it just felt like they were taking money from me to get in. You know, £15 for a photo, £10, £15 for an autograph. Everything was overpriced. Hated it so much. But anyway, yeah, you can probably tell I did not enjoy my Comic-Con experience. But you know, it was mega popular, so obviously lots and lots of people enjoy them, but it's not for me. So anyway guys, that is it. You know, thanks for tuning in, and until next time guys, thank you very much for watching.